and she would do a fantastic job because, like you said, she's a fantastic wrestler. Not just because she's a woman and she's great as being a woman wrestler. She's just a great wrestler all the way around. So I love that you have her on your top list of someone you really want to, model your career after because, I mean, she's absolutely killing it and she will more than likely pass her dad when it comes to most championships.
Yeah, and speaking of intergender wrestling, this Saturday, I actually have a match against Chris Evans at Arizona Wrestling Federation. So I am looking forward to it because I've had a couple intergender matches in the past, but nothing to where it's like, okay, this is, it was years ago. So, I'm I just want to have an incredible match. So I'm, a little nervous, but I'm really looking forward to it. So if you're in the Arizona area, come out and watch it, and then I'll probably get the footage and be able to upload it. So.
Oh, there you go.
That way everyone can see it.
I do believe a lot more wrestlers and companies in general need to be better about putting their footage online shortly after, the event happened, because I know a lot of people will just, they'll put clips up on, the Instagram or Twitter, and it's like, that's great, but you need to put that entire match for that person, because I work with a local company here in Texas, and I would always, kind of bitch at him. I was like, listen, put full out matches of each guy up there so that it's good for you, the company, and for the wrestlers, because they get to then take that and then put it on their social media so even more people that maybe didn't get a chance to watch it live or watch it on, pay-per-view or whatever, they can watch it and, really be like, oh, man, I love this. I, wasn't there for it, but I was able to see it later, and it made me love that character, that wrestler even more.
Yeah, so I struggled with that at first, and it took a long time to get a lot of my matches, so I started bringing my own tripod and putting it in the back. I have fallen behind on uploading on my YouTube channel because I have had so many matches since my last match, I don't even remember which one was first, so I'm still trying to get back footage from some things, because I think there's a distinct difference from having a camera in the back of the building with people in the way than getting the hard cam or getting the roaming cam footage. So that is something that I've been hitting up companies about, hey, are you filming this match? Or I'll even ask, I really want to get my own camera because I want to have at least one person everywhere I go to be hey, can you film this for me and go around the ring and stuff? Because a lot of promoters and people who are up there have told me you need he's I will not watch a match if it's filmed on the back of your phone in a building. He was you need to have better footage, and it's also better because then I post it on social media and stuff, and so yeah, that is something but I feel really bad because I've fallen really behind on my YouTube channel. I think I'm still waiting for one, because I don't want to post them out of order. It's just an OCD thing I have. I really don't want to post my matches out of order, but also I get really self-conscious about putting up the whole matches, because it's at least with Instagram, I could put up a highlight reel, because there's a lot of things that I still need to improve on, that I still feel oh, that doesn't make sense, or oh, that move did not look good. So putting up whole matches leads to me getting really upset about them, and then just getting really self-conscious about it and wanting to take it down. But I think it's if it's going to be out there no matter what, so I might as well do my best to just learn from my mistakes and just get better, because I feel there is a lot of mistakes that I have made in the past few matches that I'm oh, I shouldn't upload this match, it's not that good. And it's obviously all on me, because I will never, ever, ever blame anybody else for how my match goes. It's something that I should be able to do and I should be good at. So it's always on me. So whenever I say this match wasn't as good as I thought it was, it's never because of the other person. It's because of how I executed things. It's because of my brain going into doing the match, that type of stuff. So it's always, like I said, I'm my own biggest critic. But now I'm so yeah.
No, that's good though, because you are seeing that you are making mistakes and you're wanting to learn and grow from them, as opposed to, I imagine there are people out there that have the mindset like, it'll be fine. They didn't notice that because I did, 3 destroyers in a row and then I did a tope suicida. So that's all they really remember from the match. They don't remember the headlock, I didn't grasp my hands or I didn't have the facial for this certain move or whatever. So it's good that you are actually wanting and striving to be better.
Yeah, and that's like, I really pick apart my matches. Like, I look at the way that I'm doing every little detail because I know that that's how, like, AEW and WWE, when they watch it, they're going to look at that. And it's like anything that goes online, I know that obviously I'm a nobody and they won't really watch me at this point, but you never know. Like, you never know who's watching. You never know what company somewhere is like, oh, this girl, and then they watch the match and they're like, she didn't hold her hands on that headlock. Like, that didn't look good. Like, the way that move was set up, the psychology just wasn't there. Like, why is she getting up at this point when she just got beat up? Like, so it's just like that type of stuff is like, I put a lot of thought into making sure that everything makes sense. And just like when I'm out there executing it, that it looks good. So like, and sometimes obviously execution doesn't always go the greatest because like now that I'm wrestling a lot of people everywhere, it's like kind of harder to explain like exactly what and how I'm trying to execute something. So it's like, okay, like, I just need to get better. And so wrestling everywhere has been amazing. And I want to go everywhere. Like, I really, truly want to work anywhere and everywhere. Like, I have been hitting up companies left and right because I want to learn. Every single match is a learning experience because you never know, like, that person, they have maybe more matches than me, maybe less matches than me. The way that they wrestle is different. They were trained differently. And that's how you get better. Because in the past few weeks, I've been wrestling a lot. So I've been picking up little things where I'm like, okay, well, if this happens next time, I know how to fix it to make sure it doesn't look as bad as it looks. So that's kind of my mindset about my matches right now.
That's awesome. I mean, you do. Yeah. So here in Texas, there is a ton of talent. However, you can't grow unless you're getting outside of your comfort zone. So just because, I imagine there are a ton of talent out in Arizona as well. However, unless you go work other states, go work other crowds, go work other people, you're not going to grow as a performer because, like you said, it may work there, but it's not going to work over here. Or, maybe this sequence worked really well here, but psychology-wise, it didn't make sense for me to do it over here, So
yeah.
I like that you are picking that up as well along your journey. And, obviously during the 90s, you have the Chris Jericho and Eddie Guerrero, Dean Malenko's, Chris Benoit, even though his name we don't like talking about very much anymore. But they were the journeymen that went everywhere. Like, they went to Mexico, they went to Japan, they went to Canada, they went to Europe, and they picked up little things from everywhere so that when they were on a much bigger stage, once they got to the ECWs, the WCWs, they could actually implement everything and they could work with everybody. And the fact that you are having that thought process as well you want to go more places so that you can work different styles, you can pick up different things and maybe, make it to where you're an even better performer. I love that you have the thought process to do that and that you're actually wanting to do that as well.
Yeah, all I gotta say is once I get a passport, we're gonna see some international Brittnie. I didn't realize that the passport process takes a while, and I really need to find where I do it. Like, I've been Googling it and researching it, because I never needed a passport until now, so.
Huh. I guess I've always had one, so it wasn't really an issue. Yeah, I know you have to go to an actual, federal building, and then you have to get a picture at, a CVS or something, but I didn't realize the process took that long either.
Yeah, I was like, better do it now.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely better to start now than having to worry about it later when after you're booked and you're like, crap, I need a passport. Now, what are top 3 matches who have never seen you that you think people should see?
Oh, okay. I love my match with Mia Friday. It was in February in Waco, Texas. It's on my YouTube channel. It's funny because the footage that I got from it was like in the back of the building, but then Mia's mom luckily got like a phone footage like of her camera, so I uploaded that one. And then me versus Milo in February. It's my most recent on my Instagram page. That was like I felt like that was just pretty solid. And then I love this match because I just did so many things I totally wasn't comfortable doing, but like I pulled it off. It was me versus Paradox, and it was back in 2021. Paradox goes to my wrestling school, and we did a student showcase. And I don't know, I just like that match was wild. Like I hit a reverse Frankensteiner. I did some crazy stuff that I'm like, dang, I should start doing that like in all my matches. But no, it was fun, and it's fun to watch back. So yeah, those three are probably like the best matches I've had. Like I said, I'm hypercritical, so I don't feel like I've even had a good match in terms of like myself like ever. I'm like, okay, like this one is ready to send to WWE or AEW or whatever, but like it's just me being hard on myself. Like I know, but yeah. So check out those matches for sure.
There you go. What are some top 5 career highlights that you've had already?
Oh, definitely winning the AWF Women's Championship at such a young age. Like, that is a highlight for me. Another one is definitely AEW. Like, I totally did not expect to get a match because I'm so new and, like, I saw the other people that were there and I knew that, like, it's a long shot that I'm going to get booked today. And so, like, just being there was incredible. And then the fact that I got to like wrestle on that type of stage and at that level was against people who are just so good. That is a career highlight for sure. And I think like just in general though, like just being able to travel now, like this has been the most fun I've had. Like I've been traveling since February, so not even that long. But I've been hitting up places all over. Like, all over. Like, I'm going to New York in a couple weeks. And I'm like, that's wild. Like, I am so excited. Like, for real. I'm so excited. And then just, like, I guess, yeah, just getting around doing what I love on a weekend basis rather than waiting every month for a show that I might not get booked on. So it's, like, getting out there and, like, taking things in my own hands. Because for the longest time, I always thought that you're supposed to have, like, these companies reach out to you like they should want you. But no, that is not the case. Like, I will never make it unless I chase this. Unless I'm constantly, like, sending my stuff to people, saying, hey, how does this look? Is this good to send to a promotion? Like, I have reached out to so many promotions recently. And, like, you can't just expect things to come to you. And I think so many people have that mindset, like, oh, like, they'll reach out to me when they want me on their show. It's like, no. I'm going to reach out to them. I'm going to be, like, practically begging. That sounds bad, but, like, I want this, and I want them to know how hungry I am for this. So it's, like, constantly, like, oh, like, we've discussed a date, and I'll, like, message them again, like, hey, we're still on for that day, right? Just to be sure, because there has been times where they're like, what? And I'm like, yeah, like, we discussed this day. So, like, just constantly, like, I feel like the worst thing you can do is, like, or what was I going to say? I was going to say the worst that could happen is they leave you on red. Like, I have had some companies leave me on red, and I'm just like, okay, like, and sometimes they leave me on red and then hit me back later, like, oh, sorry, now we have a spot open. Or, like, they'll be like, oh, unfortunately, like, that actually happened in, for Mania weekend. Like, I saw the Second Wrestling was running a show, and I reached out to them originally, and, they were like, oh, we're fully booked, like, we're really sorry. Literally a couple weeks later, I got a message from them, and they're like, hey, like, we saw that you reached out earlier, and then Brooke Havoc also recommended you to us. Can you come to our show? And I was like, heck yes, I can. So that was, and, like, just being persistent with these companies, because it's like, I may not have a name now, but, like, one day I hope to have, like, an insane name that, like, people want to book me. Like, I've had very few promotions actually reach out to me. It's more that me reaching out to them. So, like, and I feel like taking that initiative, taking it in my own hands, writing my schedule and showing that I truly am hungry for this is what will help me get even farther.
Yeah, you're right.